Joining us right now on Troopathon 4 is a terrific friend of ours, Nick Popaditch, who is a retired U.S. Marine gunnery sergeant. He's the author of Once a Marine, Iraq War Tank Commander's inspirational memoir of combat, courage, and recovery. And for those of you who don't recognize him, the patch on the eye might be the first hint, because you were the tank commander who tore down the statue of Saddam Hussein at the very beginning of the war. That was an amazing moment, Nick.
Well, thanks for having me back, and thank you for what you're doing. God bless you for what you're doing. And that really, for me, that's when the mission really hit home. I was part of Bravo Company, First Tanks, and you know, and when that statue of Saddam Hussein came down, that's when I truly realized what was going on there. Because up to that point, we've been very focused on locating, close with, and destroying the enemy. And that's when I truly seen that this is freedom happening over there, bringing freedom, something that we safeguard so much over here, that we cherish so much, and taking it to those over there who've never known it before.
How would you characterize the war on terror right now?
Oh, I think it's going very well. I think there's a lot of people who there might be a lot of naysayers, but when you see it on the ground over there, you see people who've never known freedom before, and it's absolutely inspiring. And the mission's a great mission, because terrorism doesn't flourish in democracies, doesn't flourish amongst free people. The troops on the ground, our men and women over there are fighting. They're giving their hearts and souls into this. They get it. They understand it. So I would say if you want to know about it, ask those on the ground, or ask those where the rubber meets the road, and they'll tell you what a great thing it is there, because they see the schools opening over there. They see the people voting who've never had a voice before. They see freedom. And it's a great thing. It's inspirational.
What are some of the challenges that our troops are facing in both countries?
Well, the enemy evolves just like we do. You know, they don't want to die, so they get smarter. I like to think of the time back when, in the earlier parts of the war, it's kind of like the Darwin era. We were weeding out all the stupid ones back then of our enemy, and so now our men and women face a very tougher foe than we did back then. So, but our men and women are great. They're very well trained. They are the hunters in this equation, not the hunted, and they're doing a fantastic job. But it's challenging. It's challenging, and it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of commitment to the mission. Because if you go out there and you do everything right, you don't take no contact, because the enemy's waiting for that opportunity. They're waiting for that opportunity for you to let your guard down for just a second, and that's when they're on you.
You know, so, I keep thinking about, we heard of the president actually say, or give a speech last night that he's going to draw down some of the troops. What is it, 30,000 troops that are going to be leaving?
30,000 by next year.
By next year. I just wonder what the Taliban, sitting in their caves in Afghanistan, are thinking about hearing this very public announcement of what we plan on doing there.
Well, you got that exactly right, Melanie. You certainly don't want to be broadcasting to our enemy what our game plan is. And more importantly, if you know our men and women over there, because we all want them to come home. We want them home.
Desperately.
These are mothers, fathers, sons, daughters. These are our fellow Americans. We want them home, but we have to finish the mission. And people have given their hearts and souls into this. Many, and God bless Debbie over there. Many have given their lives in pursuit of victory over there, in pursuit of winning. And we can't bail out before that. And if you know any of these folks, the thing to really remember is the ones that are still there. Now you're asking them to do the same thing, if not more, now with less people. Because they're going to keep raising their right hands. They believe in it. They're going to keep showing up. They're going to keep fighting for us. Let's not ask them to do more with less.
And that's what we're asking them to do. There's going to be less of them there in Afghanistan and in Iraq, and there's going to be a bigger job ahead of them. And that's why these care packages are even that much more important.
Oh, these things, you know, we train our men and women so well. And the military takes very good care of them. They're going to give them everything they need to accomplish their mission, to stay alive. But this is a way to bring a little piece of home there. Because that's, you know, those are the sort of things you miss. You miss a little piece of America. And I tell you, I can remember eating a box of Oreos on a tire of a truck like 15 years ago over in the desert. So that's something that's a little piece of home, because that's the sort of stuff that you can't get over there except for a piece from here. And that's those American names, those little pieces of home. Those letters, I heard you talk about those letters, because you don't want to be the guy at mail call that doesn't get his name called. So write those, where's the camera? Write those letters. And those you not, you know, I know we're tallying that 33,000, but stop being a strap hanger. Let's get that money. Let's donate so that these folks can get that piece of America.
All right.
I love it.
Retired U.S. Marine gunnery sergeant Nick Popaditch.
Ira!
And there goes Andrew Breitbart on roller skates.
I thought he was just a real smooth strider.
Why? Because he can. There is no reason for Andrew Breitbart or anything he does. He doesn't need one.
No, he doesn't.
So keep tweeting about us. Who knows what he'll do next?